In case you're watching us for the first time, welcome to Sport Matterz. I mean, how do we tell them welcome in different languages?
Welcome in Dutch.
Okay. French.
Willkommen in Deutschland. That's German language. French. Bonjour.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I mean, shout out to you guys, and it's Sport Matterz, and Sport Matterz is a podcast sports show with special focus on football, basketball, and boxing. I mean, get ready, as always, for an exciting, heart-pumping, engaging,
intriguing, exciting
yes, experience. So, I mean, what do you have for us?
I mean, trust me, on Sport Matterz, you know, we have a whole lot of topics, you know, to dissect, and I promise you that we'll give you an unbiased opinion on all of these topics, from football to basketball to boxing.
Right.
You know, the journey is actually fun. So, I mean, stick around. Let's go on this journey together.
All right, so we kickstart with, as always,
football. Football comes first. Yeah.
All right, so what's it in the world of football?
So for football, you know, we've had in the past, you know, 2 years, we've had, you know, international competitions. Right. You know, we had the AFCON, you know, which was really great in Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire won, amazing, you know, tournament. Right. We saw so many things. We also had the Euros, ongoing Euros, and the Copa America, which are currently ongoing. You know that thing that they say, you know, when they say she's a 10, she's an 8, she's lacking one thing or the other. So let's put that in that context in the international tournament. So AFCON, Euro, Copa America, which one has, you know, let me say, blown your mind? Like 10 over 10.
I'll give it to, without any doubt, I'll give it to AFCON.
So tell me.
Yes, one, because I'm an African.
African bias, you see.
Yeah. Yes. One, I'm African. Yeah. Two, I'm looking at, so just thinking back at the the last AFCON at Cote d'Ivoire.
In January.
I mean, there was a lot. I mean, it was at some point, it was the most watched, you know, sports.
Of course, everyone was.
There was Jose Mourinho, you know, one of the greatest managers of all time, was talking about it.
And Wenger
was around. I mean, there was a lot of buzz. Yeah. You could see different goals. You could see excitement. You know, it was Cote d'Ivoire. Everyone.
Okay.
So for me,
let me put you on the spot real quick. So I want you to list 5 things that stood out at the AFCON.
Okay, let's go. I like the fact that first thing for me was the quality of the teams. Yes. 2, the quality of the players. 3, MS Faye, that's the Cote d'Ivoire's coach. Story. I mean, exciting, and you know, just coming in, you know, after the group stages.
No one expected that.
And he's a local lad, you know. So I give it to him. Then 4, I like the sight of the Cape. This country wasn't it?
Yeah, I knew it was going to talk about the ladies.
Cape Verde, I mean, the stands. You know,
was it just Cape Verde?
Like, no, I mean, when I talk about the people in the stands,
the one that stood out for you is the, you know, Cape Verde.
You asked for 5. I gave you 4.
Yeah, no, but how many of like those fans, you know, really glowed?
I know, of course. We saw the ladies in the stands.
And which one? Which team? Like which of the nations?
Cape Verde.
Yeah.
Yes, and then also there's something I'm thinking.
South Africa.
I mean, South Africa was beautiful.
Amazing. Yeah.
So
South Africa. They're really blessed.
Easy 5, right?
Easy 5.
So that you see what AFCON for me was the top.
Okay.
I mean, you could talk about the Euros.
You have to allow him.
Euros. Yeah, they have of course, they have the beauty already. They have the, you know, the aesthetics and everything. You see Euros and you're like, yes. But AFCON was like something different.
So yeah,
I mean, culture and so many things.
Yeah.
So you agree with me?
No, I agree. AFCON gave us something different, and that was the first time.
Me this time.
No, I'm not with you. Don't worry. I'm going to start on my own stuff for Euros or Copa America. You know, but let me just touch on AFCON. AFCON gave us something different. Yes. That was the first time in a long time that we had a proper AFCON.
Well, you agree that what I mentioned for officiating, it's something different, right?
Yeah, I agree. Cote d'Ivoire ladies.
You don't see that anyway.
Yeah, we see that. But that was the first time that was Copa America. That was the first time in AFCON that they paid, you know, attention, and everyone was talking about it. But yes, the Euros was nice. The Euros is also very nice. You know, the color, the atmosphere, the fans, the quality of the players, the technicality.
Everywhere.
And for Copa America, yes, I'm a big fan of CONMEBOL. You know, I stay up all night watching all those games. But the problem is, many people don't stay up to watch it because it's either they play it in South America or now they're playing with the United States. So it's difficult for many of us in this side of the world. So, but AFCON definitely gave us a show. I mean, I would love to talk about the AFCON and talk about the girls. I know
maybe on some other episodes.
So we can talk about the girls and the ladies that we saw on the stand.
Yes. It's part of the football.
So, but time will permit us. We have to, you know, run to basketball. You know, they call them the NBA. Yes, and trust me, at this time of the season, after they've had the regular season, they've also had, the playoffs, the NBA finals,
the summer league, right?
Boston Celtics. Yes, the summer league is on. Interesting. The rookies are, turning up each night, giving it the best. The bucket has been great. Yes. There was also been, there was a draft where, French as a nation really turned up. Like in the top 6, they had like 3 French guys.
Now, do you think all of this is happening because of Wemby?
No, it was clear, right? Since LeBron draft in the early 2000s, the one draft that actually caused that traction, right, is Wemby coming from France. It was clear that he's going to make a pathway.
The surprising thing for me was Wemby hasn't even gotten to the America yet. And it was like he was in America.
So one thing that stands out about Wemby is talent, his size, his height, and he's very good. He uses it well. So it was clear. When they say, in football terms, we'll say generational talent. It was clear for Wemby.
So quickly, the top 3 next gen in the basketball.
From what I saw from Wemby, I mean, many of us saw that. I think he would definitely stand out. That guy is got massive talent.
I agree.
Anthony Edwards did really well last season. So this is not in orderly. Like I'm just saying the top 3, not in other fashion. So I think Doncic have to pick up from where he started. I think he would definitely lead the next gen. So, but fair to say that the next gen of players in basketball is actually really good. And when the OGs, the likes of LeBron, Steph Curry, when they when they turn on their boots in football.
Their boots. What do we say in basketball?
Maybe I don't know, because they play with the hands, obviously. Yes. But when they shut down the curtain on their career, I can say, I can beat my chest. I won't beat my chest actually.
Basketball is in good hands.
Yes, they're in good hands. We've got Wemby, Anthony Edwards, and Doncic.
And many more players too. Right?
Speaking about many more, we have to talk about the draft. For the second round, 55th pick was Bronny James.
I mean, interesting one for
the son of the OG.
The king has always wanted his son to be on the same roster.
Yes, he said it 8 years ago. Funny enough, they asked him a simple question.
He spoke it into
what do you want to happen? What do you think would be the biggest, or someone who is a 4-time MVP, right? He's won, I think, about 4 NBA titles. Miami Heat is one with the Lakers. He also won with Cavs. He's a real team, where he grew up, Akron. And he said, I want to play with my boy Bronny, and he spoke that into existence, like you said. And yes, there will be the first father-son duo active. That's okay. So let's talk about Bronny. Last year, July, the unfortunate thing happened to him where he suffered a cardiac arrest while working out for his debut year in the college. And, it felt like that was going to end. That was going to be the end of his basketball career. Basketball career that hasn't even started. You understand? But, everything worked fine. In 3 days, he was discharged. And he was signed to USC Trojan. That's a college, University of Southern College. And 1 year later, he's been drafted to the Lakers.
Yes.
People talk about nepotism in this case. But, bro, everything about basketball NBA is nepotism. The front office, nepotism. The players, coaches, nepotism. So why are they making a fuss about this?
Okay, so for LeBron, I must start by saying, congratulations to King James. I mean, proud one for a father.
Yeah.
I mean,
the James family.
For the James family. And so for Bronny, this is a new start, a new chapter. I don't care, nepotism or not. Is
history.
There's a reason why that franchise, Los Angeles Lakers, is a big franchise.
Arguably the biggest.
So fine, they might have made some maybe silly trades in the past.
No, they've actually done that.
But there's a reason why they got Bronny.
And like the Rapaleka said, the GM of Los Angeles Lakers, he said, the guy Bronny's basketball IQ is really high.
You've got to give him he's training with his dad week in, week out.
Can I tell you something? Anthony Edwards, waxed lyrical about him because before the trade, before the trade market opened, he was working out with the Los Angeles Lakers, UCLA.
So
and
it feels like they were preparing him.
Yes, it was clear. He said his ability to guard the big men. So his defense, right, and his shooting are one of his biggest strengths. But people have talked about his separation game as one of his weaknesses.
We have weakness and he will grow.
We all have weakness.
We all have weakness and he will grow. But shout out to you, Bronny James. Big one and big season.
And before we wrap up with that, do you know his name is LeBron also?
Just like his style.
And he's going to wear number 9.
I mean, big one for him, big one. And we head straight to the final one, which is the world of boxing. I mean, first off, the question that comes to my head, right, is why Saudi Arabia for boxing now?
And the first thing that comes to mind is definitely money.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because that's arguably the place of money, you know.
Yeah.
And also the promotion that comes with, you know, Saudi Arabia. You know, they seem to have this juice, like we call it on this part of the world, like, you know, whatever they do there is actually attraction. So they got that juice. So it's money for me. Yes, they've got that juice, that attraction, you know, and you know they've also got passionate people who love sports. Trust me, because it's not just boxing. There's been, you know, football, also Formula One, so they love it. They come out in high numbers. So, yeah.
I mean, whilst you were talking here, my thoughts right went to the day of reckoning. You know, that night. I mean, we had Saudi Arabia, the Kingdom Arena.
Absolutely blazing.
Did you see what they did with the stage? I mean, when this artist was performing, the way they changed the whole thing. I mean, it was beautiful. And trust me, all roads leads to boxing. When
Absolutely.
I mean, Saudi Arabia is the home of boxing right now.
But
who says
no? Nobody. I mean, nobody would dare say no. Not even Reece James. So, but you know, the question I want to ask now, or I think you know our viewers can actually you know delve into is, when we have a bout as big as, you know, Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, which we are all expecting sometime in the future, do you think Wembley or Saudi Arabia? Both of them are, you know, I mean, Brits guys, they're both English boys.
Yes.
So
both of them want to sell out. Both of them want to sell out
the Wembley Stadium, at least to make that, you know.
That's a good question.
That history.
Where will it be played? I would say it depends on. Can we say it depends on the financial package?
Yeah, and the marketers.
And the what's it called, promoters,
the PR, all of
the managers of
what they do.
Okay.
So, but all of this, right? It is still centered around money.
Yes, definitely.
Trust me, if they do it in Wembley, everybody would argue they will make massive money.
Of course.
But if they do it in Saudi Arabia, it's going to be more money.
But I feel like for Anthony Joshua and for Tyson Fury, it will be a dream come true for both guys to fight the heavyweights. You know, maybe for one of the titles.
That's why it's in Wembley. Okay, let's say, if Tyson Fury, or hopefully Tyson Fury gets his belt back from Usyk,
all right,
I think that will give us a chance to
maybe push for
weighing on whatever fights Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury will have.
But interesting that
because I don't want it to be an exhibition. Like, no exhibition.
No.
It has to be a real fight.
When you compare exhibition versus an actual fight for belt, you know, the like turnout is definitely going to be different. Yes. Yeah. So, but you know.
So the joke of a fight we saw with Anthony Joshua and Francis.
Yeah. But it's okay. For Francis, it made sense, right?
Of course.
No, we're talking about the financial side. So yes, for Francis, it makes sense. Now, he has never made that in his whole career in
$20,000.
For that money, I'll fight any athlete.
Well, I mean, but trust me, Saudi Arabia, home for not just boxing.
Yes.
For sports.
I mean, but for the British guys, you guys are going to have one. Anthony Joshua versus Triple D, Daniel Dynamite.
Same Saudi Arabia.
No, Wembley. So you guys can have a British fight, heavyweight fight in Wembley. Hopefully they sell out the stadium.
I think they will definitely sell out, because one thing is clear, and everybody knows that Anthony Joshua, fan favorite. You saw the fight at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Everybody turned up for him, and it was. It felt like that kind of like. Let's talk about that for a few seconds. You know, it felt like Anthony Joshua kind of like the overwhelming support from the Londoners was too much. And do you think it kind of like affected this fight? It felt like, okay, I would get this fight.
You never know.
Because the way that guy messed with him there, it was clear that Anthony Joshua, he was prepared, but for that fight, when he lost it.
You've said it all.
So that could actually play a part.
Yes.
But you know the funny thing? Let's just talk about football a little bit. One of the things that drive players to success in football is the fans.
They call the fans the 12th man.
Yeah, but you know, in a single or individual sport like boxing, sometimes the support can actually
and it's just go wrong. Psychological, and then the fans might even just add to the problems.
Yes,
guys,
I mean, I don't want to go.
I also don't want to go, but there's a time, and always as I say, time is of what of the essence. And but I mean, amazing show.
And the good thing is, you guys will definitely see these faces.
Yes,
the Durack twins.
Of course.
I mean, we will not run away from me.
Oh, you always
I know I said no run though, because we're locked in for life.
And as always, the sport matters. And what we try to do is we try to dissect and engage,
and
different
most
sports.
importantly, it has to be unbiased.
Yes.
Because
we might have different opinions, but yes, we're just going to try not to be biased because you know there are the amazing viewers listening to, watching us, and then of course you guys can share your thoughts and enjoy the show.
And just to add, I mean, you guys are the real MVP.
Absolutely.
You know, thank you for sticking around with us, and you know, it's a massive boost.
So as always, we sign out by saying, you know, love yourself,
love your neighbor,
and love the game. Until we come your way again.
Stay safe.
It's Sport Matters.